Hi everyone, this is LaDonna Briggs from Sweet Potato Pie Nursery, and I'm getting ready to put together my mermaid Rhenn kit. So this is the first one I've made. So I'm going to show you the steps that you'll do to put her together. So this was here, and I've left it here while I painted the kit and every time I bake it because it keeps the kit from collapsing. So I just took an X-Acto knife and I just went around the edges and I cut it out. And so it's gone now and I'm ready to assemble her. So she comes with this kind of cool mermaid body. This is the back and this is the front. So I'm going to, I've heated up my tail and so that it is a little softer, and I'm going to thread this through. It's kind of hard to get a hold of, but I can grab this zip tie maybe. It's definitely more difficult than I expected. Here we go. So make sure you've got your front and your back. That's the main thing. Now I'm going to take my tail. I've already stuffed my tail. I put some weighted beads in here and then I've stuffed it with stuffing. Glass beads and stuffing. And I'm going to zip tie it onto this little tip here. You want to make sure this is nice and tight. And you should have a front and a back to the tail. I think this is the front. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it kind of flipped up a little bit, so I liked this side better. Let's see if I got it tight enough. As tight as I can get it, and then I'm gonna clip it. And I'm going to, this is why you need to heat this up, because you need to poke all this back down in here. And if you don't have it tight enough or hot enough, it's probably not going to poke down in there as easily. So there, pretty good. Okay. So this is the front, and I'm going to put Rhenn's body next through here. And I'm gonna pull these out for her arms to attach. I haven't stuffed anything yet. I'm gonna wait and do that last. If you can see her whole body, there she is. Now, so I've made several glass beads up. I want her tail to be weighted, so I've kind of left this to where I can put down, I've already filled the arms, so I'm going to get these on so that I don't lose this body, because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it otherwise back inside there. So I want to make sure I get this on tight, and then I'm going to stick her. I need to cut that off and poke her arm back in there. This is really a very beautiful kit. It's really detailed. I've had it a while and I've been wanting to paint it. I just was so far behind on some customs that I didn't have time to do it. So this is actually Christmas Day, and I've already had my Christmases, so I'm just enjoying putting my baby mermaid together. So we had a wonderful Christmas, and okay, you might have gotten that too tight. You want to make sure that you can still pivot your arms, and I might have to go back and redo that, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and assemble her. But remember that when you're doing this, you want to be able to pivot your arms still inside the body. There, it did move. So that's good. See, I can still bend them So that's what I want. Pull this up. So now I'm going to try to get some weight down in here. So I've got my beads so that they can kind of slip down in there. Let's hope I can make this work. So I'm going to feed it down in there. Hopefully get it down into the tail. Probably going, so that didn't work so good. So I'm going to try a little bit of stuffing first and poke it. Or sometimes I like to use a long object. This sounds crazy, but this is my filing for knives. And sometimes I'll use it to poke stuffing down into limbs. So I'm going to use it to poke. Push it down in there, kind of far down into the tail. And then I'll put the stuffing in, or the weights in. Okay, I'm gonna poke it again. So this is the first time for me, so you can tell my vinyl's hot. Now I'm gonna put this weight in. See how she's wiggly though? I love it. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. So I'm going to try to slip this down a little at a time down in there. I've made 3 bags of glass beads because I want to try to get her weighted. So this is kind of going to go down for her butt, down in here. So that's definitely down. This isn't in her stomach. So now I'm going to put these glass beads for her stomach. This is a little harder than I thought it would be. I feel like I'm getting a workout. And now I'm going to put some stuffing in the sides, which my stabbing tool works good for. I'm kind of filling up, and I'm going to flip her over. And I'm going to do the back. Okay. That's pretty good. I want her to be bendable still. So I don't want to overstuff because I want her to have some joints. I feel like I'm getting a lot of... Okay. Now I need to get her head attached. So I want to put my other glass beads. I've already got the eyelashes glued. I've already got a magnet in her mouth glued. So now I'm gonna feed these beads in. And she's a newborn mermaid, so I wanted her head to be weighted pretty good. So I always put the beads at the front and then I stuff towards the back of the head. Now you don't want to overstuff because you don't want to distort what your head would naturally look like. I've rooted her eyelashes. See how she's going to roll though towards this way because she's definitely weighted towards the front. So her head will fall forward. So let's see where we're at. I think that looks pretty natural. So we're going to attach her head, little baby mermaid, Rhenn. So you want this tight, but you don't want it so tight that you can't turn her head, because that's important to be able to turn and pose her. So I'm going to cut it. Then I need to pop it down in here and hide it. All right. Let me get her down in there a little bit better. And she probably would look cute with something around her neck to kind of hide that little line. But as you can see, oh my gosh, she's precious. I probably got her weighted, oh my gosh, she's heavy. She might be 10 pounds. But she's a big baby. She's 25 inches. I have a lot of glass beads and lint that came from but she's about 25 inches, so she's a big baby. Look at that.